And now let's talk about it with Aldo Sianturi here. Aldo, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So how do you see the industry right now? Is it that challenging?
Yes, of course. In music industry in Indonesia, is always challenging in terms of recording company perspective, musicians perspective, and also the market perspective as well.
Okay, but in terms of building the industry,
Yes.
if we start from the package that we just begin with, the losses of 4 trillion rupiah annually, is it the correct number?
Correct. Yes.
That's huge.
Of course, because why? First of all, we have 74 million of youngsters of a youth market, which is really a potential market for music. Not to mention about our diaspora out of Indonesia, and people nowadays actually shifting from physical music now becomes digital. But there is in the shifting there is a gap on how people consume digital music as well.
So before we discuss about how the people consume, how the digital industry progress in Indonesia right now?
To be honest with you, digital industry in Indonesia is still on early stage, because people now is actually discovering music through different mediums. And also one of the biggest thing that people need to understand is about the financial things, how people access the subscription method and everything, which still based on a credit cards. And people in Indonesia is only over 15 million people who use credit cards.
15 million people. That's compared to
the growth
total.
is only 1 million per year.
Yes, it's 1%.
Yes, but we still have a long run to develop the digital development.
Well, as you know, like for the start, people only know about iTunes to download music.
Yes.
But actually, the industry is bigger than that.
Yes.
But how is in terms of the musician as well?
Yes.
How do they actually understand the industry in terms of digital right now?
Yes, now because of the internet providing a lot of access to to access the information as well. So mostly musicians actually reading and also willing to spend their time to see on the YouTube testimonial from music around the world and everything. But one of the cool factor is actually all the aggregators on international basis is also providing a news. So people in the different continent is actually educating market now on how you guys prepare yourself in the new medium.
Okay, but how about Indonesian market? Do they actually stream music legally?
Yes. When we talk about our market itself, we need to be, we have to have a wisdom to see from the urban perspective and to the rural perspective as well. But mostly for Indonesian, it has a lot of education. Why? Because people in Indonesia has what we call this free mentality on how to absorb music content in Indonesia. But more and more, because the telcos industry and also music industry is working together, so it now creating a new harmony on how to people absorb music content, not only on audio, but also on a video format.
Okay, in conventional industry, of course, people is easy to understand how musicians or producers can get money from it.
Yes.
But in terms of digital, how do those musicians get money or profit from it?
There are two type of revenue stream now from digital. One is actually from how if the music is buy on full track download and streaming, of course they can get the money. But there are also money from advertisement, from streaming. It's from audio streaming and also video streaming from a YouTube channel, soon to be a Facebook player as well.
Okay, let's talk more about music.
Yes.
Musik bagus.
Okay.
How do you actually fight this challenging matters in terms of building the industry with music bagus?
Yes, first of all, I believe on how to create end-to-end integration music building. So what we actually push our ability is actually to prepare a quality music. The music quality is something that really compulsory to save all the bad stories what happen now.
Okay.
At the end of the day, people will consume music. At the end of the day, people will, produce music. So, but quality is also, laying as a primary things in every music market. Okay. So we've highlighted how musicians can release their single or even album format with really top quality in music.
Top quality.
Yes.
But if you compare yourself with YouTube, for example,
Yes.
or MP3,
Yes.
in that sense,
Yes.
are you actually worried with those?
Not really, because why? Because free market can be, the challenge is actually how to translate them, how to drive them to become, a contributor in terms of the streaming revenue.
Okay, but are you helping the indie artists as well?
Of course,
Okay.
both. In my Bible or in my dictionary, we don't have any indie or what. Musician is
They're all the
musician.
same.
Yes.
Okay. So with your business now,
Yes.
how many musicians have you coordinate with now?
Yeah, so now we have a Glenn Fredly, we have a Yura Unita,
Okay.
we have a Gilbert Pohan also, but more and more we have a lot of artists actually coming to us. They need a support system in this kind of condition.
But is it including to help them to like perform, for example, or doing gigs, for example? Are you actually
Yes, of
collaborate
course,
for that
of
as well?
course, of course. Because why? Because music has a long challenge now, and they need to be shown to different kind of areas in Indonesia. What people did before is actually only concentrate on a big market, but actually we have a second-class market, third market, which is they actually quite confident to absorb music.
Confident to absorb music, but are they ready to face digital?
Yes, they're ready, and they need to be educated. Like today, we have a jazz Gunung and Bromo,
Okay.
right? And jazz Prambanan soon. So, never been think about.
So people need to think about more in digital, but how about conventional now? Are they actually dead, for example?
Not in a sales way.
Okay.
Yeah, because why? Because there are people who are, consuming
That kind of
that
market.
kind of format as well, but also there are people also shifting to the different. It's actually emphasizing a music company to see the potential of sales.
Okay, and you mentioned about the market, like the urban market.
Yes.
And we speak about the music dangdut, for example.
Yes.
How do you see dangdut perceived at the moment in Indonesia? How
Well-
do they actually build as in to be the survivor of this digital industry?
Not a lot of people actually focusing their mind to the dangdut music in Indonesia, but by helping from the media, television, let's say, so where they putting the dangdut's 70% ratio of their music, so it grows people. Because why? Because for dangdut we have two different markets who are really confident to absorb. One is Indonesian market, second is Malaysian market.
Malaysian market.
Yes, so it's reflected to that market as well.
Okay, now for the government, I know with the new government you've seen some progress, but how do you see they're focusing for this particular industry so far?
They're really focused to handle this because why? Because it's really complex. The problem is really it's not easy for everybody. It has to be done from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So I hope within 5 years ahead, the problem will at least can be a decline one by one.
Okay, but compared to other Asian countries, where are we now?
Or we are still on behind. Yeah, because
in terms of industry?
Yes,
Okay.
because why? Because now we are not ready yet to open our market to even to the Southeast Asia market. Because why? Because our neighbors are really ready, because the government is now investing their musician become their music asset. It's kind of different. Now we need to be really aggressive to export our musicians not only to Indonesian market but also to the global continent. Because why? Because from YouTube itself, global citizen can easily access to our music, but the second chapter need to be putting it in person to different market.
Last question. Any laws are just paperwork without enforcement.
Yeah.
But is there any other regulation that need to be created in terms of supporting or boosting this industry, or helping the artists, for example?
Well, first of all, we are really respect to Backcraft, and we want to see Backcraft is assisting musicians on the financial things.
Okay.
That's really important. Because why? Because our economic now is losing ground.
Yes.
So the financial matters will be, one of the answer for musicians.